Hey guys, welcome back. This is Naveen from UiBrains Technologies, and I came up with a new crash course on Vue JS, that is a complete CRUD application. So here you can create, read, update, delete. You can make all four types of operations in this application, and this is a contact manager application which is completely made with Vue JS 3 version, which is the advanced version of Vue JS, and that version we're gonna see here. Okay, so this is the home page. So let me have a demo. So this is the home page. In this we have contact manager heading, and we have a button for creating new contacts. For example, when I click on new, it will go to the new add contact, so that you can add a contact here. And then this is all the list of contacts, so where you can maintain your contacts. Okay, you can add a contact, you can delete a contact, you can view the contact. uh, so all the things you can see. Okay, so first of all, these are all contacts, default contacts are there. And so these are coming from a json server. So I made a json server setup, and from there its data is coming, and you can do some code operations on it, okay, which contains routing system and events handling, form handling, search, okay, list rendering. All the concepts is gonna come in this example. Okay, so when you see here, for every contact you have three options. One is for view, edit and delete. When I click on view for Brad, okay, only few details has been visible. When I click on view, so you can see the complete information about the Brad, his company, and which group is belongs to. Okay, is a family or colleague or friend or what. Okay, and when I click on go back, it's back to this page, and I click on this view, and you can see the complete view details of it. Okay, and also you can update it. For example, this mobile number I have to update. Okay, so just click on edit, so you can just update mobile number to something like this. Okay, so and I can click on update. See, mobile number has been updated. Not only just mobile number, you can update anything. For example, I can just get the image address, and I'll change this image address to something else and then update. The image has been updated. You can update anything, every details about the contact. Okay, and you can even delete the contact. For example, I want to delete this Rajan. So you can click on a delete button. So it will delete the Rajan record from the entire list of it. And if you want to create a new record, you can just click on a new. So in this, when I say my name, and I need to get the photo URL from online. So let me search for something which is this one. Okay, let me grab this image address so that I can add a photo URL. So I got the photo URL. It's a slight bigger, don't worry. I think it's a problem will be. One second, I'll fix it just now. Add contact, right? Add contact. Here for the image, yeah, something is missing. You can give a class called contact image big. Okay, and rounded circle. Okay, so I fix it. I just want to have a class here. Okay, and this mobile number, double four 804533, and company in forces, and this is tech lead, and select group. So which group this guy has belongs to. So you can select his my colleague. Okay, just click on add. So what happened, the new record, a new contact has been added. Okay, so here you can perform complete CRUD operation from end to end. So let's start with this application purely on. So now we have to create a Vue.js project. So how we can create a Vue.js project is the command goes to be Vue create and your application name. Okay, uh, so hope you have installed the Vue CLI. If this Vue command doesn't work in your system, you must have to install the Vue CLI, because this command comes with this installation Vue CLI. So how to install Vue CLI? First of all is npm install -g Vue -cli. Okay, so using this command, we're gonna install the Vue CLI. And once you have installed successfully Vue CLI in the global environment, then you can execute the command called Vue create and your application name. So where I'm going to create an application is somewhere in iDrive, UiBrains, YouTube, in temporary folder, I want to create a project. So what my plan is, my application name first of all is view hyphen contact manager. So this will be my application name. So let me copy this particular path. So what I do is I'll just wait. I'll copy the path because where I have to create a project. So I'll copy this path. Let me open a command line. Okay, so just cd space iDrive. Okay, so I'm inside this exactly the temporary folder location, and here I have to create a project. So how I create a project is you have to copy this particular command and then paste enter. Okay, so this will ask for a few questions. The options which you have to create a project. It can be Vue JS 2 version or 3 version. We'll be using Vue 3 here. That's a new version as of now. So along with that, we have to select the few other options. So I don't select all the existing setup. I'll just select manually. Okay. So click on manual. So I need Babel. Okay. I need router. Yes. I need Vuex. Okay. And that's all. No end-to-end testing. No unit testing. Okay. So I just select only router and Vuex. Okay. So choose the version. You can just select 3-point text, just press enter. It asks for use history mode for router, just say Y and enter. ES lint with error prevention, just say enter. Lint on save, yes. Dedicated configuration file, no, just keep it in package.json. And do you want to save this? You can actually save with some name. I don't want to save it, just say N and then enter. Okay, so now it's trying to create a Vue.js project for me with all my selected options. Okay, so you have to wait for a few minutes to make this to finish. Okay, so let's meet after. So now the project has been created, so we have to load this project to the editor. So what I do is I'll go to my temp location here. I got view contact manager. This is the folder structure has created. Let me load this to editor. I open it with this project. Come on. So it's loading the project. I think it takes some time for loading all the indexes and all. Yeah, it's scanning for the indexes. So let's wait for this to finish. Okay, come on. So this first time, this much time it will be okay for loading all the node modules for your project here. So this it doesn't take much time. I hope it's almost getting finished. Um, Come on. Okay, so it's been finished. So now let me run the project and then we'll remove the things which we have not required. Okay, so I'll go to terminal and I'll say npm run serve. Okay, this is the command to start the application of Vue.js. Okay, so it is building all the modules and it's been started. So you go to the browser. Yes, super. You got the whole application. Welcome to Vue.js application, and we also have a lot of links, and a router is inbuilt in this because we have selected router option, so that's been inbuilt in this application. Okay, that's fine. So now once it is finished, I have to clear the things which we don't require. Okay, so what I do is first of all, um, okay, so I go to app.view. I go to app.view. I don't need any division, and I can clear that. And I don't need the router view. I'll save it, and I'll just give something called h2. Let's say app component. Okay, just some heading. No router configuration, just one h2. So you get this h2 app component, that's fine. And I don't need to have any styles like this. I delete. And let me add a script which was missing. So script tag, I'll say export default name goes to be app. Okay, that's fine. Okay, we got the app component and we don't have any font and all because I cleared all the styles. Okay, now what I have to do is I have to install few packages extra. So what are the packages I have to install is one is Bootstrap because the whole front end I'm gonna make it as a Bootstrap, and because I have to show you the example. For example, if you wanna see that, yeah, contact manager PDF I have, yeah. So this complete UI, right? So this particular UI is made in a Bootstrap, and the background is Vue.js. Okay, so I have to install Bootstrap and also the font awesome icons. Okay, and also I need to have Axios for font awesome is for icons. Okay, and Bootstrap is the front end layout, and Axios is for fetching data from a server because this particular data is stored in server. It's a JSON server, and I hope that's it. Okay, I hope that's it. Yeah. So Bootstrap Axios is fine, but Font Awesome is not exactly this one. You can search for at Fort Awesome npm. So you get the actual command for Font Awesome free. That is this one. Okay, I'll copy that. I'll paste it. Yeah, npm I for install, and this is the Font Awesome free. Along with this, I also need Bootstrap. I also need Axios. Okay, so these I have to install, so I can just copy the path. So where do I have to install it? Just go to terminal. I'll stop the server, this control C, and paste it in the contact manager application and just press enter. So this is going to download Bootstrap, the font awesome icon, and Axios for us. Okay, so you have to wait for a few minutes, depend on your internet's speed. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, let's um, yep. So once you have installed, you have to make some sort of configuration. First of all, you need to have a CDN link of font awesome at the global HTML. It means you can go to Google and search for they say CDNJS font awesome. Okay, so here is you can find. Oh, it's asking for. Okay, yeah. What is the version which was installed for us? If you go to package.json, font awesome 6.0. Okay, so I'm looking for font awesome 6.0. All dot link tag copied. Yeah, where you have to add this link tag is in your public folder index.html. You can just add somewhere about the title. Okay, so it asks for you to download the library. You can just click on download. Okay, that's fine. That is one CDN link you need to add for Font Awesome. And apart from that, the Bootstrap and Font Awesome you have to configure. Okay, you just install the packages, but you have to configure them with your application. So where you have to configure the with the application is in the main.js. So in the main.js, I will say so Bootstrap CSS and JS files. So how do I do is import. Where is this file? Main.js inside src folder. Um, I go to the node modules folder. So you can just say dot slash node underscore modules slash bootstrap, yes, slash this folder slash css slash bootstrap.css. Okay, and apart from that, one more dot slash node modules slash bootstrap slash dis slash js slash bootstrap something called bundle. Okay, just bundle.js. Okay, this is for Bootstrap configuration. Along with that, I have to configure font awesome. So font awesome icon. Some people also use Bootstrap icon, but I'm using this font awesome icon because it's familiar for me. Okay, you can choose anything. So dollar slash node underscore modules slash at font awesome slash font awesome free slash css slash all dot css. Okay, this is one font awesome configuration and Bootstrap configuration. Along with that, let me also create a global style sheet because Vue just doesn't have any global style sheet. So I'm using the vanilla CSS. So I create one style sheet, the global style sheet, style.css. Okay, you can just add to Git automatically. That's fine. And how to include that style sheet is you can also add import styles.css. Okay, and this will be main css file. Okay, better you can add this main css at the end of here. Okay, because first bootstrap styles will apply and on top of that your style sheet will apply. Okay, fine, because my style sheet will override the bootstrap styles if required. Okay, that's fine. Empty style sheet. Let's go to app.view and check it out. I think I have not started the server. Yeah, let's start the server. So I say npm run serve. Okay, now let's wait for the server to start. Okay, it's been started. So yeah, I got app component and it is the default Roboto font of Bootstrap because Bootstrap is using Roboto font. I don't need Roboto font. I want my own font. You can search for Google Fonts. So I'm looking with Ubuntu font, something your own font. You can if you happy with this font, you can just continue with that. I am looking for Ubuntu. Okay, this font. Okay, let's select the import statement. I'll copy this. So what I do is um, go to style sheet, just paste the import statement of Ubuntu. And how did you add the font for that is font family. Font family for what? For the whole body, I'll say font family is Ubuntu. So once I refresh, yes, you got the Ubuntu font. Okay, that's fine. Let's keep it back to 100%. Okay, so now I have to confirm um, and can we also add it important? It should not override the bootstrap styles. I also required some background color for the whole body. Let me select some greenish color, um, light background color. Let's copy this. So I'll say background color is this one is also important. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so we have configure what simple. We have configure the font awesome and bootstrap. Let me also check is it really configured or not. Okay, so how you check the bootstrap is configured or not? Let's select with a button with a class called btn. See all the bootstrap classes coming automatically and btn minus success. Let's say hello. Yes, I got the hello button. So bootstrap has successfully configured. We want to check the icons as well. I say AI with a class called fea. See all font awesome icons classes coming from font awesome css. Fea hyphen home to home icon has come. Yep, I say FA minus some 4x, you get the 4x, and you say text danger, you get the reddish color. That's fine. So now we confirm font is configured, bootstrap configured, and icons is configured successfully. Now it's time to clear the existing components and let's make the routing and according to our application we have to make. So what I do is let me clear the things which we don't require. First of all, if you go to router index.js, so there is a home page and there is an about page. Okay. Um, That's fine. Okay. The home page we have, about page we have, but we actually needed first the contact manager and add contact, view contact, and all this. So this will become the home page. Okay. Fine. First of all, I create the views and then I'll go with the configuration. Okay. So in the views, I'll create the view component. Okay. So because it's a complete page. So view component, I'll say first of all, I need a few list of components or list of views. One is contact manager. Okay, is one component, and also we want this one add contact. So add contact, and we need one more is for view contact, and we also require a edit contact. Okay, yeah, these four components we have to create. So I'll just go here. I'll create new component. If you don't have this option, just remember template, script, and style. That's all. Okay, just you have to mention the name as per the file name app.view. Okay, so here I'll create a view component. Just say contact manager. Okay, yeah, I got template, name, and all. Okay, let's say h2 contact manager. Okay, so same like that, I have to create another one that is for view contact. So let's say h2 view contact. Okay, and then let's create another component that is add contact. Let's say h2 add contact. Okay, so let's create one more that is edit contact. So this will become a h2 edit contact. Okay, so we got all the views has been created. I mean the pages has been created. Now go to router index.js. Yeah, here there is a path slash name and the component. I don't need to load this component. Whenever I make this slash, I want to redirect to another path. So instead of component, I'll say redirect. It's not working. Um, Redirect to slash contacts. Okay, whenever I make a path for the slash empty, then it will automatically redirect to slash contact. Then where is the contacts path? Will be slash contacts. Okay, so here name will be contact manager, and no redirection for this. Just component to be loaded. That will be my contact manager component to be loaded. This get import from the views. Okay, so simple. When I make a path for empty, it will go to redirect to contacts and contact manager gets loaded. Okay, and I don't need about page because I'm not gonna use it. Just delete it. Okay, so I'll copy this. So another one. So contact slash add. So let's say add contact page to be loaded. Okay, and then to contact slash edit slash colon contact ID, because the particular contact to be edited, so you have to provide the contact ID to identify the particular contacts, and then edit contact component will be loaded. And also to view the component, I need to pass on its view and contact ID, because the particular contact can be visible or viewed or displayed. So view contact, and let's make here also view contact. So I have contact manager, add contact, edit contact, and view contact. So I think that's fine. We are done with routing, and let me check here. See, when I make an empty path, automatically redirect to what? Slash contacts. Okay, but still why this app component is visible? The only one configuration left out is in app.view. I don't need to have anything else like this. Okay, I just only need to add router view. Okay, so if you add a router view, whatever the configuration you have made in the routers, so that gets loaded in the app. Okay, according to this configuration. Okay, so just see, when I make an empty path, automatically slash contacts has come and contact manager has come. Okay, and you can cross check. If I say slash add, I say slash add, you get the add contact. Okay, I say something called edit slash some blah blah blah, you get the edit contact. If I say in place of view, you get the view contact. Okay, so that's all fine. Okay, and along with that, if you want to have one more page called something called page not found, you can also create the page not found. So in the views, I'll create another view called page not found. Okay, so let's say h2 page not found. Just say 404. Okay, you can give something called class text danger. uh, you can also make something like this: one container and one row, single column, and then paste it. Okay, and you can just say text center and margin top something called 3. Okay, so I have to configure the page not found as well, so you can configure at the end something like this. Path, you can provide some star star, that is page not found. Okay, I'll copy that. Okay, if none of this path match, you get the page not found. So let me check that. I think something goes wrong. I think not double slash, only one star. No. Okay, I think I forgot the configuration. I made slash contacts, contact manager, something blah blah blah. Nothing has come. So I have to check this on a Google search for this. So I found this is the regular expression for page not found. So I made this from Google. So page not found option. Okay, so now check. So when I make an empty path, you get contact manager, and when I say something else, you get the page not found. Okay, so that works perfectly. So this is the update for Vue 3. Okay, the Vue JS 3 version. That's fine. So now, so we have created all the components almost, and we are done with the configuration. And something which is missing is I need to have one. I need to have a navbar, right? So navbar and the spinner is missing. So can I create them as well? So I go to components now. I don't need the hello world. If I delete the hello world, I think something goes wrong. If I delete the hello world, I got an error because hello world is using somewhere in the home page. If I go to home.view, it's using hello world. Okay, delete the hello world because I don't need this hello world. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So now happy, hello world has been removed, successfully done. Now in components, I create new component, that is navbar, for creating a navbar. So let's say h2, it's navbar. Okay. I need to have one more component for spinner because I have to display the loading spinner. So I create one more component, that is spinner. Okay, h2 spinner. Okay, so these two components required. And first of all, I have to load navbar for all the pages commonly. So let's add in the app.view navbar so that navbar gets loaded for all the pages automatically. Okay. So that's fine. Now it's been configured with router successfully. Now let's configure the Navbar. So how Navbar looks like is the view contact manager. It's very simple Navbar. So let's focus on this Navbar design. So you need to write a bootstrap styles here. So nav with a class called navbar, navbar dark and bg success, and navbar expand sm in that one container, and one, I think it's router link tag for slash. So I say it's view contact manager. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Let's check. I got view contact manager but not styles applied. I can give the class called navbar brand. Okay, that's perfect. And if you want to have the phone icon there, I tag with a class called FEA minus. I guess it's mobile. Okay, so view contact manager. So navbar is ready, and now let's start with the contact manager, the home page design. So how the homepage design is, you have contact manager and a button and a text like this. Okay, so move on to where router, there contact manager. Yep, here. Now what I do is I'll just take one container, one row, single column. I just display this contact manager. So p.h3 contact manager. So this is in color X success and font weight bold, and I need to have some space, let's say margin top 3. Okay, and also have a button. It's not actually a button, it's a link because it's supposed to go to add contact page. So below this I say router link to slash. Okay, so this must be a button. So you can give the class called btn minus success and btn minus sm, a small button, let's say new. Okay, and I need to have a plus symbol over there. I tag with a class plus circle. You get the plus symbol over there. Okay, and okay, under that, yeah, I have to make the path as well. So if you go to router, if you want to go to add contact page, so this will be the path, right? So you have to give the same path in the contact manager link. So it's supposed to go to ads page. So to confirm, when I click on this button, it's going to add contact. Okay, that way. And you never see a page refresh because we have configured a single page application here. Okay, and under that we have some text. So it's a paragraph, some lorem 30 tab. We have some text, and I want that to be italic text. Give the class font style italic. Okay, so under that I have, let me close all this. Yeah. So under that I have a search box, search for the names and the search button. I guess I can add the same column. Yep. So I can add a form over there. Inside I have input tag text, the class called search, sorry, form control, and the placeholder will be search a name. Oh, it's very bigger. Can we do one thing? I say one row, single first column and paste it. This will become one column, and first column, right? Yep. So let's take another column. So I say input type is equal to submit, and the class is a button. So btn 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 outline dark, and just sec, you got dark button, but still it is very lengthy, right? You can say, can I do one thing? I write call md6 column layout. In that one row, in that I'll make it. Yes, super. So I just write extra 6 column layout. It just only both of these guys will store with just 6 column layout. Okay, so that's fine. I got it. Yep. So under that you need to have this one. So you have a nice card with the image and all this. Okay, let's make this part now. Let's create a card over here. Sorry, I create a card. For that, I can go with another container. That's better. One container, one row, single call MD with six. Because why I make six is because two cards. Okay. Yeah. In this, I have one card. This is a card. So in that, I have a card body. It's a card body. In that, I have one more row. In that, 3 columns. So one is called SM4. Okay, for this image, and one more is called SM7, that is for this list group, and one last one is called SM1. So 7 plus 4 plus 1 is 12. Okay, here I need to have an image. So for example, I can just search for in the Google, just say user icon png. You can search for images. You can just get some random picture. I can select this one. Okay, copy image address. So for time being, I say image src is this one. Okay, so let's check. It's quite bigger. So I'll give a class called image. Let's say like this, contact image. And for this contact image, let me add some styles. Go to style.css. I'll say dot contact image. So width is some 150 pixels. Okay, and border radius 50%. Okay, rounded. And this card is to have some space above. So container margin top 3. Okay, for each card, I'll give some margin top and bottom is my2. Okay, and let me give some color for this card. So list group item success is one color for the whole card. Okay, that looks good. And I need to have one list group for the name, mobile number, and email. So here I'll give one ul li, like this, class list group item. It's a bootstrap class, and this is list group. And let's say the name in bold. Okay, so if you want to name in bold, I'll say span, no spinner, span with a class font weight bold, and just say the name. Okay, we'll print the name a bit later. Okay, so name and email and mobile number. Okay, so here is email to be printed, the real email and the real mobile number to be printed. Okay, so okay, that's fine, but not in the same row. You can just say align items, item center. Yep, that's fine. And the right side you have another column. This is here. I need to have 3 buttons. This is view contact, this is edit contact, this is for delete contact. So these two actually links, because view, it has to go to the views page, and this has to go to edit page, and this will be a button. Just click on deleting of the contact. So what I do is I'll say one router link. Okay, link to where contacts slash view slash contact ID. So colon contact ID. It must be dynamic. As of now, I'll just make it empty. Here, it's a button actually. So why can't you make this itself is a button? Give the class btn minus warning. Warning. I guess let's say it's a warning button, and let's have an icon inside. I tag with the class fe minus I. Okay, fine. So same like this, I have one more. This is for edit. So let's say fe minus some pen icon. Okay, but the color goes to be btn primary. Okay, and one more. It's a normal button. It's not a link because it's not go anywhere. Button with a class btn minus danger. So here an icon with a class called fe minus trash. Trash. Okay, that's fine, but not aligned properly. You can give a class margin top and bottom one for all here and here. Okay, but still not arranged properly. So I can give for this column t flex and flex column and justify content around. Okay, justify content center and also align item center. Okay, that's perfectly works. Okay, so we got a card. I think that's fine, right? We got the card properly. Yeah, oh, looks good. One last thing, this card to have some shadow for the card. I'll say the shadow, some LG shadow you get. Okay, the nice shadow you get. Okay, that looks good. And yeah, this page is fine. And when I click on new, it goes to add contact, correct? Yep. So add contact page we have to build now. So let's make all the static pages first, and then we'll try with the actual functionality. Okay. So when I click on add new, so add contact has come, but add contact page should looks like this one. So let's start with the contact, add contact, go to add contact.view. So let me write quickly one container, one row, single column. Let's make the heading. Let's say p.h3 add contact, add contact. Let's give some margin top 3, and let's say text success and font weight bold. Okay, and under that I have some text lorem 30 tab. I need that to be font style italic. Okay, so under that I need to have a form like this, name, photo, URL, email and all. So can we take that another container? So another container, one margin top 3 again, one row. This will be just column D, 3 column layout. Okay, and we have a form over there. Okay, so one form in that margin bottom 2 input text class form control. Let's say the placeholder is name. Okay, I think it's very small. You can just say column D4, quite bigger. Okay, that's fine. Name and what else we have? Name, photo, URL, email, mobile. Name, photo, URL. Okay, so this will be photo URL. So you have to paste the photo URL from online. And what else? Email, email, and type will be email. And mobile company, So it's a mobile, and you can just say this is a number, and company name, which company you are working, is a text only, and your title in the company is a text box again, and select group. So select group is actually a select box. So let's make a select box with a class called form control, some option, let's say select group. Okay, your colleague or what, it's a group. And lastly, you have a submit button. That's input type equal to submit, and class is a button, so btn minus success, and the value or the label is create. Okay, now let's see. Yes, super, I got it. So name, photo, URL, email, mobile, company title, and group. Okay, so add contact is finished. Now go with the view contact. So what about the view contact design? Wait, before we start with view contacts, this is add contact, right? Same like that, edit contact also. Because when you see the edit contact, same as that, but something is missing is image. Okay, I'll also add one more thing. This is column D4, right? Yep. So beside the column D4, another column D4. Let's add an image. src is src is this image, because as soon as you paste the image, it's supposed to come here. This is contact image. Okay, I think it's like this. If you paste the URL, it should change. Okay, that's the reason. Same setup, only edit contact. So can I do one thing? The complete template, I'll copy. I go to edit contact. I replace. The only one which I have to change is edit contact. Okay, and the lorem text. Okay, so you check, click on edit. It goes to edit, but this button we have to change. The button we have to change to um, update. Okay, that's it, right? Yeah. So new contact is finished and edit contact is finished. Lastly, view contact. So how you view contact looks like is this one, view contact and all this. So this heading is common, right, for every page. So can't you get that heading? Yes, this is the heading. Copy the heading. Go to view contact. Where is view contact? Go to router, view contact. Yeah, let's paste my container. Okay, better you change the lorem 30 tab, and here I'll just simply say view contact. Okay, let's see. Yeah, view contact, and I have a image, and right side you have a text like this. So I will do another container, one row, single column. I'll say like yeah, call md4, and one more, call md6. Yeah, here you need to have a image tag, src something, paste it. Oh, you have to paste the address, and you must also give the class contact image. Okay, and the right side you need to have a ulli. We already have this ul somewhere. Yeah, in contact manager you already have the ul, so you can't you copy this and paste it. Okay, it looks like this. Yep. Along with this, we also have company title and group. So can we copy a few more? This is company, this is title, and this will be group. Don't worry, these things will get dynamic data later. That's fine, but it's not exactly in a center in the same row. You can just say align item center, comes in center. But I want a quite bigger image. Instead of contact image, I'll say contact image big. Okay, this is a separate class. So go to style sheet. So same styles, but only one thing is let's make some 200 pixels, quite bigger image. Okay, because you have to view the contact, right? So slide bigger, and also have a back button. That's a router link. So on where is that view? It's the first column. Okay, I'll do one thing. Let's take another row. First column, I'll say a router link to slash contacts, or just say empty because automatically direct to slash contacts. So I'll say back button. It's supposed to be a link, so I'll give a class btn minus success button. Okay, and you want to have some margin top 3. Looks good. And you have to have a symbol I tag the class arrow all circle left. Yeah, so back button. We click on back, it goes to contacts. Okay, so view contact back. I know it's as of now it's a static pages, so this link's also working properly. Okay, fine. So as of now, what we have done is we have finished with the routing and also with the static pages. Now it's time to make the server setup, and then we have to make a calls to the server for fetching data and all the connections with dynamic data. So let's see how to create a server with JSON server. So for our application, all this data, right? When you create a contact or update contact, all this happens behind this application. We have a server. Okay, so you can create a server using Java, or you can create a server using Node.js and all, because that's quite lengthy process. So I'll use a shortcut method for maintaining the server data. That's a JSON server. So what is JSON server here is, so JSON server. So JSON server is one lightweight server which makes a simple JSON file acts as a server application. Okay, you can create a data, you can add up data to the existing JSON file. Okay, so how to make a setup of this JSON server is quite simple. In this entire project, you have to create a folder called server. Okay, okay. So in this server, you need to open with terminal. So here you have to create first a package.json. So let's say npm init -s is a command to create a default package.json, because we have to install a package here. Yep. So you see here you got a package.json. You can just add to the GitHub. Okay. So once you have package.json, you need to install JSON server. How we install is just say npm I JSON server, or you can just say install. Okay, shortcut is I. Okay, so I'll go here server location, just say npm I JSON server. Okay, so you must have to wait for a few seconds for installing the JSON server package. It's a Node.js package. Come on. Okay, it's been installed, and yeah, package.json you check. JSON server has been installed. Okay, after that, how JSON server works is, so JSON server usually works with one JSON file which acts as a database. Only one JSON file it will maintain, and that acts as a database. So it must be a name call. It must be a name call db.json generally, database.json. So how my db.json looks for this application, suits for this application is, here I have the JSON file. So you have a whole object, the JSON object, in that contacts. So I have a few list of contacts. Okay, so contacts, an array. So in that I'll maintain this much data. Okay, so here ID, because you need to identify a particular contact data, so you need to have an ID, and name. because see here name, if you see the view contact, you understand. See name, email, mobile, company, title, right? So those information is here, and photo. This is the photo. Apart from that, you also have a group ID because I need to maintain what type of contact it is. It can be a colleague, or it can be your friend, or it can be your relative or social friend, like that. So groups also you have to maintain. So I have mentioned only group ID, and at the end I'll maintain groups also. So contacts is one set of data and groups one set of data. You have colleague with ID 1, friend, family, service person, like that. Okay, in your apartment community, like that. Okay, so this is the db.json looks like. So I'll copy everything. Yeah, so here I create a file, a new scratch file called db.json. I'll paste the code. Okay, and also I pasted some photo URLs from online, just like this address. Okay, so I just pick up randomly some pictures and I pasted those addresses over there. Okay, so now this file will become like a yeah, database. Okay, and one last configuration you have to do in a package.json. You need to write a start script. Uh, Start script. So what is the command you have to write is you have to inform the JSON server to keep looking to the file. Okay, keep looking to this db.json file. So for that, what you do is JSON server space hyphen hyphen watch. So keep watching my db.json. Okay, fine. So by default, this also runs on 8080, but Vue JS also runs on 8080. To avoid the conflicts, what I do is I'll give an extra, like this one hyphen p 9000, for example, like this hyphen p 9000. So by default, my JSON server runs on 9000 port number. Okay, this is small configuration you have to write in package.json and save. So once the setup is done, okay, so installing of JSON server and db.json and start script. That's all, three steps. And you go to server location, you run the server. Your server is done. So how to run the server is just say npm start. The start script you have written, right? That start npm start. So it runs on 9000 port number. See, if you click on 9000, automatically see the nice UI for the JSON server has come. Congratulations, you're successfully running the JSON server. Okay, and you have two resources, contacts. See slash contacts, you get all the list of contacts, and if you click on groups, you get all the list of groups. Okay, your server is up and running. Okay, super. So now server setup is ready. Now what I have to do is now I have to create some services to make a calls. I mean the REST API calls for these URLs. So generally, how the REST API URLs for our application is, for example, so if you want to view all contacts, if you want to view all the contacts, so see all the contacts, you have to send a GET request. So what is the path for the what is the path is localhost 9000 slash contacts. This is the path you have to send, and there is no way connection between slash contacts of server and slash contacts of my client. Okay, because I have given in db.json, in db.json, I have given a path called contact. So that's where automatically it looks for slash contacts and slash groups. Okay, that's how generally JSON server works. Okay, yeah, this is the path. And if you want to get or view single contact, if you want to see the single contact, just say get request. You have to send a get request for the same path, for the same path slash the contact ID. You must have to provide the contact ID. So for example, see here, if I say contacts, you get all the contacts. So I'll copy the first person contact ID. I'll say slash first person ID, you get the first person data. Okay, that's how it works generally. The REST API works in this way. And if you want to create a contact, create contacts is very simple. That's a post request for this path itself, post request. And if you want to update a contact, so particular contact you have to update. So it's a put request. So it will be this path, put request to this path, because particular contact ID you're gonna update. So that is update. And the same way there is a delete request. You want to delete a contact, just say delete request for this path, particular ID you have to pass on for delete. So this is the URLs. So you have to call on by the Vue JS services. So now it's time to create a Vue JS service for making these calls. To create a service, I create another folder in SRC. I create one more directory called services. So here I create one JavaScript file, that is contact service. Okay, so I say export class contact service. Okay, so in this I have a static server URL. So what is the server URL for us? The JSON server URL will be, JSON server URL is this one. Okay, I just provide only the 9000. This is JSON server URL. Now I need to make multiple functions. So first of all, if you want to get all the contacts, so static get all contacts. If you want to get all the contacts, so you have to make use of Axios request. So I'll import Axios from Axios. So I say let's data URL is equal to, so how will you access all the contacts? Will be the server URL slash contacts. But don't make slash here, because I'm making slash here. If you make slash, then don't add here. Okay, because it will make double slash and it makes an empty, it makes a wrong URL. Okay, double slash will not be. Okay, so let's say return. What type of request for getting all contacts? It means view all contacts is get request. So Axios dot get of data URL. That's all. Okay, that's for get all contacts. And let's say get contact. Simply just single contact. You must provide the contact ID. So it will be slash contact ID. You have to pass on and get request again. Okay, both are for viewing single requests. I mean single contact. Next, static create contact. Create contact. So you must provide the contact object to create. So data URL goes to be like this. Okay, and let's say return Axios dot post request with data URL as well as my contact object. So you have to provide a contact object to create a contact. So you have to pass on. So to this URL, it will create a contact. Okay, same like this. I need to have update contact. So for updation, you have to provide a contact as well as the contact ID. Okay, so here you have to provide a contact ID, and this say is a put request for the contact object, the form which you have filled in along with its ID to update. Okay, so put request. So create is post request, update is put request. And lastly, we have one more, that's for delete contact. So let's say delete contact. You don't need to provide a contact object, just ID is enough to delete. And they say it's delete, and you just need to have pass anything, just say URL. Okay, it's a delete request for delete contact. Okay, and one more I need to have, because all contacts, if I say slash groups, you get all the groups. Okay, so static get all groups, get all groups. So just copy this path and paste it, just say slash groups. Okay, and we don't have anything. Just say get request for all the groups. Okay, slash groups you have to make for the server. And lastly, one more thing is static get group. So get group, you have to provide a group ID. Okay, for example, groups slash one, you get the first one. If I say groups slash five, you get the committee like that. So here you have to provide the contact object itself. So let group ID is equal to contact dot group ID. Okay, the contact object dot group ID. For example, if you see the db.json, in the it's a contact object, right? In that I'm fetching only group ID. Okay, I just get group ID. Okay, and path will be like this: groups slash the group ID which you get from the contact object and get requests. Okay, that's all fine. Okay, so we are done with the contact service for the complete operations which we are going to make uh, from our application. Okay, so now call it's time to call that particular service from this component for fetching a real data. So before I make a fetching data from server, I'll do one more step, that is spinner. Okay, because when I'm fetching data from server, if something, some time delay happens between client and server, I need to show the spinner. Okay, so this make the spinner component. So for spinner component, I want to have one GIF file, spinner GIF. This say loading GIF. You can type. Okay, you go with images. It's a transparent. I can find something like this. Yeah, this is the one I wanted. Okay, I can save image as on my desktop as loading. Okay, yep. So I copy the loading. I go to src assets. Sorry, I'll copy the loading. I'll keep it in the assets. Okay, I have a loading GIF image. Okay, so I need to configure it in the spinner component, but where is the spinner configured? Then nowhere you can see spinner. Just for time being, what I do is I'll add a spinner on top of my sorry on top of my Navbar. Okay, just spinner. I need to make this as a proper spinner object, spinner container. Okay, so one container, one row, single column. I'll have image, that is assets. I think dollar slash assets slash loading GF. Okay, and let's keep it center. I'll give the class called display block and text center, or I'll just say margin auto to come center. Okay, this is my spinner component, but it should not load just like this statically. Depend on the condition, it's supposed to load. Okay, so just for testing purpose, I don't need this spinner as of now to display. Problem will be, yeah, I have to remove this spinner import and the component list. Okay, happy. Fine, now let's make a call from this component. Yeah, back to my views contact manager. Yeah, here I maintain some data. So how you maintain the state of the application is you have a function that returns an object. Yeah, what type of data I maintain is three set of data I maintain because the data come from server. So I say loading and contacts an array and error message, or just say null. Okay, so loading is a variable which I required to display the spinner. Okay, before I fetch data, I'll display spinner. As soon as I receive data from server, I'll stop the spinner. Okay, and this is to hold actual contacts data, and this is to hold the error. If something goes wrong with server connection, I just need to store the error message. So these three required. Okay, and I create, so created function. Okay, so it's a lifecycle method, and also I need to have some methods. So get all contacts data is a function. Okay, so this will be an asynchronous function. So what it does is it will I call this function from the created for fetching all the data. Okay, so I make this also async. I'll say try catch. You get the error. Okay, so what I do is response let response is equal to await um, this dot get all contacts data. Okay, and this response I need to set to my local contacts. So this dot contacts is equal to response dot data. Okay, fine. And what about the error? If you get some error, I'll say this dot error message is equal to error. Okay, and before I call this get all contacts, I'll say this dot loading is equal to true because start the spinner. And once I receive data, I'll say this dot loading is equal to false to stop the spinner. Okay, and here also I'll say this dot loading is equal to false. Okay, fine. But what should I do here in this function? You can just simply say return contact service dot get all contacts. Okay, it's await. Not a problem. Import statement is missing. Yeah, this side import statement. Okay, so instead of making all this cinema, you can directly do this here. Contact service dot get all contacts. This way, you don't need to have this extra method and delete. Okay, so contact service dot get all contacts. You get the response dot data is contacts, and all these things are done. If you want to see the contacts data, what I do is somewhere I write a pre-tag expression all the contacts. So you check, see, automatically all the contacts data has come. Okay, from the server. This server, if I say all contacts, this is the contacts data, right? The same data has come for my Vue JS application. So this particular data I have to loop through and display all the cards like this, the real data. So what I do here, I'll make the condition vf contacts dot length is greater than 0. Length is greater than 0. Then I have to loop through each card. So for each card I write, so v for contact of contacts, and let's also add a key is equal to the contact object. Okay, so you get all the cards. Yes, 4 cards, but not side by side. Problem is, oh, not for the card, dude. It's supposed to be for column D6 because it's make multiple column D6. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I got 4 cards because 4 contacts data, so 4 cards. But each card is static. You can make it now. Image, I make it. I need to make the src dynamic. So colon src contact dot what photo or what was that? photo. Yeah. So you write here is photo. Okay. So when I say photo, so you get all different photos. Fine. Name, email, or mobile number. So here it will be expression contact dot name. You get all different names, Brad and all different names. Email contact dot email, just as per your db.json. Okay. Email and mobile. So here you say contact dot mobile. You get the mobile number as well for all the people. Oh, super. So now you successfully finish with getting all the contacts data. But one thing which I wanted is I need to have the spinner as well. So when will you display the spinner? See, for spinner, so when loading is there, then I'll make a spinner. Okay. So I'll say vf loading. If it is loading, then I'll make a spinner. So I'll say one container, one row, single column. So say something called, I'll say spinner. Okay, spinner display. Yeah, see, you got a spinner and then content. If something goes wrong, how you display the error? So for error message, I'll write a division. So condition goes like this. So VF, if not loading, it's not loading, and there is an error message, then I'll make something like this, but no spinner. I'll say p.h3 and a text danger want wait bool. Let's say the error message. But you can't see the error message because everything looks good. If you want to check the error, you have to stop the server. How to stop the server? Do one thing. I'll go back to here, server location. I'll stop it. I stop the server, so nothing can connect because server goes down. Yep. So when I make a request also here, it's loading, and after some time, see, you get the network error. Correct? Okay, that's how it will be. Let's make some h4 and margin top 3. Some space change, cosmetic changes. Okay, network error because server is down, right? So I will make the server up. Npm start again. So now server up and running. So when I make a request again, you get data with loading. Okay. For example, if I make some wrong URL, for example, here in get all contacts, I make some wrong URL, blah 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 blah. So this time you get request failed with status 404 because the request which you have made is not there with server. Okay, that's how you display error messages. So now let's make a proper REST request. Then you got proper data. Okay, so I guess that's finished. Wow. So data is there, error message is there, and loading spinner everything is there. Super. Okay, this page is finished. Now it's time to create a new contact. Okay, so we have finished with the contact manager. So now let's start with add contact. So add contact, we have a name, photo, URL, and all this. So let's make binding for this view. Okay, this component. So let me go to um, where is that? Add contact. Okay, yes, this is the one, right? Yep. So first of all, what I do is I'll create a state called data as a function. So return an object where contact details. Okay. So what are all the fields, and you must write the fields exactly as per your database. Okay. So for us it is in server db.json. So we have just name, photo, mobile, and email. So let's make them. So name, photo, email, what else, name, photo, mobile, company, title, mobile, company, and title. One more thing is there, that is group ID. Okay, so group, I guess it's capital ID. So group ID. We don't need to specify the ID because this comes automatically generated by the JSON server. Okay, we don't need to specify the ID. Okay, so that's advantage of JSON server as well. Yep. So contact data has taken. Okay, and this data I need to bind for my form. So how you make a binding is you can write a v model. Okay, is equal to contact dot. It's a name binding, and you want to cross check the name has bind or not. You can simply write a pre-tag expression. Let's say the contact, so that you can see the name has been bind. Okay, so let's make it for all photo URL and all. So let's copy for v model and paste it here, and this is photo, and this is for email, and this is what mobile, and this is company, and this is title. Okay, now let's check. I just refresh once and name is working, photo URL, this email, some mobile number, company, title, and all that's fine. Okay, that's all fine, but what about this select a group? I need to have a the group to be selected. So this contact should comes under which group? Okay, that's we have to. So we have to get all the groups and get it here. So we have a service for getting all the groups, that is get all groups. Okay, I have to call this service when this page is created so that I get the groups data. Um, so for that reason, I'll make along with the contact, I'll say groups is a one array. Okay, and I create a function that's called created. It's a lifecycle method. Yeah, function. Yeah, created. So when it is created, what should I do? Let's take asynchronous and try catch. Okay, so here I have to get all the groups. So let response is equal to contact service dot get all the groups. Okay, it must be await for it. Okay, yeah. So await for the service for getting all the groups, and this all the groups I need to set to my this local state called groups. So this dot groups is equal to response dot data. Okay, so now groups has come. If you get some error, let's make console.log of, just print the error. Let's see what is that. Okay, so you got groups. If you want to check, you can just make this as groups. Yes, you got all the groups, colleague and family and all. So I have to load this complete array as options in the select group. Okay, that's fine. So now what I do is we have a select box, right? Yeah, we have a select box here. Um, I write a condition. I write a condition VF groups dot length is greater than 0 if there are more groups. Then I write an option V for group of groups, and the key goes to be group dot ID. Yes, group is having an ID, and what to be displayed out there. What to display is my group name. So group dot name. Okay, and what about the value? Value must be group ID because I have to select I have to select the group ID, the respective group ID. So here I'll say colon value is equal to group dot ID. Okay, now can we write at the bottom the pre tag expression my contact. So let's see how it will be. Yeah, so I got all the groups, select group and colleague and all, everything has come. But see, title and all working, but group ID has not been binded anymore. Because yeah, you have not written a V model. So let's make a V model for select box as a group ID. Okay, so if I add a group ID, then what happens is, see, if I select colleague, I just refresh once. Yeah, if I select colleague, see, group ID is 1, and if I say service person 4, social is 6, like that, colleague. Okay, friend. Yeah, perfect. Everything is has been bind properly, number and all. I guess it's number. Yeah, so everything is bind properly. So now it's time to create the contact. So I can delete this. This is actually not required. It's made it for testing purpose. So now I need to uh, before I create, I just make this image also dynamic. This was static. So let's also bind this src with contact.photo. So whatever the photo URL you upload, automatically that photo should come over here. Okay, that's the one. So to create a photo URL, we need to have a Google URL. You can just search for user icon PNG for some images. So I'll add this person. Okay, copy image address. So let's start. What are all the people? My name is not there. Let's add by my name. Okay. Yeah. My name. Yeah. If I paste photo URL, see automatically the photo has come. Okay. Email and all fine, but we are not made a create function. So let's make this function as well, and then we'll start with the testing. So click on create is the form submit. So I have to go to the form at submit dot prevent to avoid the page refresh when form submission happens. So submit create is a function. Okay, copy. We have to create a method. It's methods. So methods is an object. In that submit create is a function. So what this function does? So this will become an asynchronous, and I have try catch error and this one. So here I have to submit the form data. To submit the form data, if you go to contact service, you have one function that is create contact. Yes, you have to submit the contact data. We have seen the contact details here, right? So that contact you take it and submit here. So I have to call this function by passing on my state contact. So what I do is I'll say let response. Let's wait for the response from contact service dot create contact of this dot contact. The contact object which you filled in the form, that will be sending to create contact. You wait for the response, and if you get the successful response, what to do? If you get some error, what to do? Okay. Okay. If you get the successful response, what should I do is I want to shift back to the contact manager's page to see the newly created contact. Okay. So to make that, you can write return this dot dollar router dot push to the path called slash. Okay, so what this line does is it will redirect you to the slash path. So slash path is a sense in the router we have configure for slash, it will redirect to contacts, then you get contact manager page. You can write either slash contacts or slash, because automatically slash will redirect to slash contacts. So just make a slash, or you can make contacts also. Both works. If if something goes wrong, if you're unable to create a contact, then what you do? Stay on the same page. Okay, so let's say return this dot dollar router dot push. What's the current page path? Slash contacts slash add, right? So it stay on a same page. If some error happens, um, if some error happens when you create a contact, you can uh, you can have the error data, or else you can just make as of now this console.log of error. Okay, so we are done with the page. So let's make a testing. Yeah, I went to home page. So I have just 4 contacts as of now. So I'll add a new and let's make my name. Okay, photo URL just gets the image address, photo URL, and my Gmail ID and some mobile number, company, some Infosys, tech lead, group. So who is this Naveen? He's my colleague. It's me. Okay. Yeah. So let's click on create. So let's wait for this. So if we click on create, what happens? Let's create a new record and redirect to contact manager page if successful, right? So just click on create. Yes, it's been to contact manager and you can find the picture and the new entry, Naveen, email ID and mobile number. So that's fine. Super, right? So we had finished with this one. Okay. So now the next step is let's start with a view contact. See, when I click on a view, it was just static page, so I have to showcase the complete person data. So now let's start with a. So we finished with add contact. So now let's make it for view contact. Uh, okay. So first you have to make it for view contact. So for view contact, actually we have configured certain routers. So when you go to the index.js, see the view contact router will be slash contact ID. So the contact ID you have to pass it as a dynamic value. So where we are passing on contact manager. So we went to contact manager. So in this router link, it's supposed to be, yeah. So here I have to say a backtick. Let's say slash contacts slash view slash the contact dot ID. Okay, so let's make this as a dynamic. Okay, so contact slash views and the contact ID I'm passing it. Okay, so now when you check, I refresh. So when I just click a cursor, see you get a view slash ID. If you click on this, see it's been gone with the particular ID. Okay, this is the first step. And next what I have to do is I have to get this ID in this page and then get the ID specific contact data. So how would I get this ID on this page? So how you get the ID is go to view contact, go to view contact. Here you get the contact ID. For example, I have data. It's a function, so it returns something that is contact ID. So how you get the contact ID is this dot dollar root dot params dot contact ID. Okay, because why I written contact capital ID is as per your router configuration, it is contact ID, so you must have to specify same as that one. Okay, so you get the contact ID. You wanna see that? Let's make some pre-tag expression, just contact ID. Yeah, see, I get the exact contact ID. If you want to refer for anybody, let's say this person having a same contact ID I receive. Okay, I don't need just contact ID. I want the particular contact object. So to get the contact object, I'll say created is a function. Created is a function. So here I have to get the particular contact data. So how you get the contact data? Let's make this is asynchronous. I write try catch in this error. Okay. Now let response is equal to await contact service dot get single contact by passing on this dot contact ID. So you get the particular contact data, and I had to set this contact data to my local data. So I'll say few things. Loading is false, and contact will be an empty object, and error message is null. Okay. So once I get the response, what should I do is this dot contact is equal to response dot data. Okay. Along with that, I'll make a spinner. Okay. So this dot loading is equal to true. Before fetching data, it's true, and this dot loading is equal to false. After fetching data, make it false. And also for error, so this dot error message is equal to error. Okay. And so this dot loading is equal to false again. If some error happens, also stop the spinner. Okay. So that's fine. I got the contact data. If you want to see that, in the place of here, I'll make the contact. Okay. Yes, you get the Glenn. For example, you search for Vladin, you get the Vladin data. And that data I need to display over here. Okay. So along with the contact, I need to get the group name also, right? We just have a group ID, but I just need group name as well. So group object. So along with this, also I have group object. So how we get the group data? By passing on the contact data. So I'll say let group response is equal to await contact service dot get group by passing on response dot data. That itself is the contact. This group response also I'll add. So this dot group is equal to group response dot data. Okay, you get the group data also. We want to see that. So let's make one more pre. Let's say group. You get group data as a service. Okay, so let's make all the things here. Uh, so first of all, before I display, I need to have the loading and error message to display. The same like contact manager. So what you have done there, the spinner and error message. Let's copy and I'll make the spinner and error message for loading. Okay, spinner was not imported. Yes, it is now imported to here and added to components. Yep. So spinner error message has been added. And what about this container? So this container you need to write vf not loading. Not loading is fine, but also you have to check the contact object and this object is not empty. Either you write a condition here or else I create a method. Let me create a method. Methods is done as a function, the simple function it is. What it does is return object. Just check the object is empty or not. Okay. Object dot keys of this dot contact object dot length is greater than 0 and object dot keys of this dot group object dot length is greater than 0. I'm just checking both the objects are not empty. Okay, because you can't retrieve the data from object which is empty. Okay, so I have a function is done. So I have to call here and is done. Come on, is done. Okay, so not ID done, huh? Oh, made a mistake. It's is done. Okay, fine. Now image dynamic SRC will be contact dot photo. Okay, you check. photo has changed. So you search for this girl. Yes, Spain. Name, email, and all. So let's make here contact.name and here contact.email. Oh, and here contact.mobile and company contact.company title contact.title. And what about the group? It's just simple group dot name. See, data has come. Company is not a friend. Uh, contact dot db.json we have company, right? Yes. So view contact dot company. Why company is coming as a friend? 1 second. Oh, 1 minute. Is there for everyone? Here company YouTube. Here company service. Yeah, it's sometimes company is not working properly. Here company HCL Technologies is fine. Let's check for Glenn. What is the company? Okay, go database. Yeah, here is the Glenn. Company is friend. That's a problem. Okay, so it should not be a friend. It says something called HCL. I'll change database because it's coming correctly, but database is wrong. Okay, and also company is not service. Company something Oracle. Oracle not electrician. Huh? Okay, Oracle electricals. Okay, yeah, that way. So now when you click again, yes, you get company HCL Technologies. That's the only problem with the database, not with the code. Okay, now click on back. You get here. So Brad, you got data back here. That's fine. Naveen, if you click on, you get the Naveen's data, perfect, and came back. Okay, so we finished with view contact as well. So now let's talk about edit contact. So for edit contact, same like view contact. For example, if you go to the router, so here you are passing contact ID and you must have to pass the contact ID for edit contact. Okay. So I go to contact manager. So in this page for edit contact, I have to pass on the contact ID. So just go to contact manager. So here I'm passing the contact ID same like this. I have to pass on for edit. But only thing is this will become edit. Okay. So this will pass on a contact ID. So for example, refresh and just click on edit for Brad. Yes, Brad ID has come. So you have to read this ID and get data and bind over here. Okay, we'll make that now. So let's get this ID. Go to what? Go to edit contact. Yeah, let's say here data. Data is a function. It's written an object where contact ID will be what this dot dollar root dot root dot params dot contact ID. Okay, let's check. Are we getting the contact ID? Yes, I get a contact ID. Now I have to get the particular contact. So how we get the particular contact? So I can also make like this loading as false. Contact is empty object and error message just null. Okay, so this contact I need to bind. So for example, I say created is a function. So let's make asynchronous. I have try catch. Okay, so here let response is equal to same thing we have done for the previous component. Sorry, uh, contact service dot gets contact by passing on this dot contact. contact ID. Okay, you get the response, and this response I need to set to this dot contact is equal to response dot data. Okay, and let's make this dot loading is equal to true, true, and here it will be false. And for error, this dot error message is equal to error, and also let's make it false. Okay, you get the contact and loading and response, everything has come. Okay, looks good. Now let's also check. Get the contact. Yeah, fine. And what about select a group? You have to get all the groups. Okay, I have to get all the groups. Let's say groups is an array. So to get all the groups, so let's say group response is equal to await contact service dot get all the groups. You get all the groups, and I'll say this dot groups is equal to group response dot data. You get all the groups as well in this groups. Okay, so fine, I need to bind this particular data inside of this form. Okay, so how do you make that? Quite simple. Go with the V model. So V model contact dot its name. Okay, but name has not been. Oh, what's a problem? Why it's been two times? Okay, so Brad Gibson has come, but when I'm changing, yes, it's able to change. Okay, looks good. Yeah, so copy this, go to photo URL. So let's make this is photo. So instead of typing manually, do one thing. For add contact, right? You have taken this one, right? Contact object. Yeah, same thing like this you take. Copy back to edit contact. So here I'll take the contact object just like this. Because if we have a properties defined, it will be easy for us to write it. Okay, for example, v model uh, contact dot email, so it is easy for us to write. Okay, so quickly write for here is this is mobile, and this is company. Okay, and this is title. I have name, photo, email, mobile, company, and title. Okay, so data has come. YouTube, company name. And what about title? Just YouTuber was fine. Or what about all the groups? Groups, I say VF groups dot length is greater than 0. So here option, the value will be um, group. Oh, I have to loop through, right? Yeah, here V for group of groups. So let's take the group over here, and also I'll say colon key is equal to group dot id, and the value goes to be group dot name. Okay, that's perfect. You get all the groups, but by default the group should come, right? 3 group has not come. Problem is v model. So v model contact dot group id. Okay, YouTuber group name has not come, but the group name has not come. Groups dot length, right? So we have all the groups, um, we need to get the particular group ID of this group name of this guy. Okay, you can actually get the group also. We model, yeah, it's supposed to be, I say not just group. Oh, value is not just group dot ID it is. Okay, yeah, family has come. Okay, nice. So Brad Gibson, sorry. So click on edit. You get it's a family member. Rajan is a colleague. Yeah, perfect. Okay, only thing I miss here is group ID as a value. Okay, it's been binding and you can check it is even able to update, right? Okay, so I need to click on update so I can just close this off. I don't need this spray tag anymore. Click on submit the form data. To submit form data, what should I do for a form? Let's say at submit dot prevent is equal to submit update submit, something like this. Some submit function. Yeah, let's create the method. So this is same like create function. So add contact, what you did for that. Yeah, it's asynchronous and try catch. Let's copy that. Go to edit. Also paste it. Let's make this as async. Okay. So now it will be not create contact. It is what? Update contact. You have to pass on contact object and the contact ID as a second parameter. So this is update contact object and this dot contact ID you have to pass because this looks for the contact ID as well. Okay, update contact, you get the response. If successful, go to home page. If not, go to this current page. What's the current page? Edit slash contact ID. This dot contact ID. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Let's check. Yeah, that's fine. I think something goes wrong. Extra. Yep, perfect. Back here. Okay. So when I click on Rajan photo, I want to change. Okay, this is some yellowish photo. I click on edit. Photo has not come. Okay, one second. Yeah, this SRC has not changed. SRC is contact dot photo. Okay, perfect. So now see Rajan. If I click on edit, this yellowish photo has come. I have to change it. So I'll change with something else. This one. So copy image address. I'll paste it. Yes, it has come. And update. See, this has updated. And click on edit again. So I'll change with something bigger, some bigger image. Yeah, something like this. Copy image address. Here I will change it to this one, update. Yes, you got this. And Rajan's mobile number you want to change 9090 some 8080 and update 8080 updated. Wow, perfect. So we can able to update the record. Now it's time to delete a record. So for delete a record, it's quite simple. Now to delete a record, when you see the contact service, for delete record, delete contact, you have to pass on the contact ID. So when I click on this button, I need to pass on the ID and call a function. It's quite simple. Just click on this button on contact manager. Go to contact manager, Here is a button you have to click on. So just say at click is equal to click delete contact. I have to pass on contact.id. ID you have to pass on to delete. Let's create this method. Methods. This one is a function. So this is able to retrieve the contact ID. So here you get the contact ID. Okay, and this ID you have to pass on to server. Let's make this is async and let's say try catch. Okay, so here I'll say let response from server is equal to await contact service dot delete contact. I have to provide the contact ID. Okay, so here if you get the successful response, what to do? Yeah, thing is if you click on create, if you click on delete contact, what happens? That contact has been removed from database, right? But what about my front end page? It is removed in the backend, but front end has also reflect the removed item. It means the remaining items to be displayed. Okay, so what happens once it is deleted backend? I have to fetch the fresh data. So for fetching the fresh data, this is the one, correct? So for that reason, what I do is I will copy the whole thing and I keep here. Okay, if it is deleted successfully, can I make this true outside? Okay, yeah, if it is being deleted successfully, then I'll get the fresh data. So this is for getting fresh data. Okay, fine, and you get the fresh data and you just add up. Okay, if something goes wrong, you can display the error. Quite simple, right? Okay, so I guess that's fine. Let me check this. Okay, yeah, I refresh. Yeah. So which one you want to delete? So I want to delete Rajan. Just click on delete. Gone. You get the spinner, everything, and done. Okay, that's it. Till is also working. Okay, so we are finished with add contact. Oh, okay. I made one more mistake. Empty data has been created. You should not do that. So you need to make some sort of validations for add contact and all. So for making some validation for add contact is quite simple. You can say required is equal to true, or I'll just simply say it's required. So if you add required, it's a HTML5 default validation. So if you click on add, it won't let you add empty fields. Okay. So quickly add required for all. Okay, and also for edit contact, it must not be empty. Perfect. So what happened if you click on create, it won't let you add. Okay, now happy. So we made view and we made edit. Okay, and we also made delete. That's fine. So that's it. Enough for this tutorial, and I hope you enjoyed this. Okay, so thank you so much for joining, and let's meet in the next video for another interesting project.